What you see now is the world-renowned Forbidden City, located at the very heart of Beijing's central axis. It served as the imperial palace of both the Ming and Qing dynasties. Construction began in 1406 and was completed in 1420, becoming home to 24 emperors across 2 dynasties. It remains the largest surviving wooden palace complex in the world, and one of the best preserved in 1987. It was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now coming into view is the Summer Palace. This imperial garden of the Qing dynasty was once known as the Garden of Clear Ripples. It lies in the western suburbs of Beijing, built upon Kunming Lake and Longevity Hill, inspired by the beauty of West Lake in Hangzhou and the elegance of classical Jiangmen Gardens. The result was a vast landscape of water and mountains, the best preserved imperial retreat in China, celebrated as the pinnacle of royal garden design after the fall of the Qing dynasty. However, the palace endured times of turmoil and much of its treasure was lost. The White Dagobah of Beihai comes next. It stands proudly on Kaiyongniwa Island in Beihai Park, first built in 1652 during the early Qing period. This Tibetan-style stupa has long been a defining landmark of Beihai. We now arrive at Yufang Pagoda, also called the Great Pagoda or Dingguang Pagoda. It rises from the main peak of Yuquan Mountain in northwest Beijing, within Shangji Temple, listed as one of the famed 16 views of Jingming Garden. It is also the highest pagoda in all of Beijing. The Temple of Heaven follows. When Emperor Yongle moved the capital to Beijing, he created this site based on the earlier design in Nanjing. The complex included grand halls, majestic gates, and the Imperial Hall of Heaven, serving as the sacred place to honor heaven and earth. It was first completed in 1420, renamed the Temple of Heaven in 1530, and used by emperors of the Ming and Qing dynasties to pray for good harvests. Today, it remains the largest surviving ancient ceremonial complex in China. As centuries passed, some of these wonders faded away, compared with static text or old black and white photos. These rare moving images are far more precious, like stepping into a time machine. They let us witness scenes from another era. Beijing is filled with historic landmarks. How many of them have you visited? This footage, captured in 1932, offers a glimpse into the authentic charm of Old Beijing. Now, let us follow the aerial shots together. What comes into sight is Zhengyangmen Gate, first built in 1419. It marked the southern end of Tiananmen Square, along the central north-south axis of the city. As the camera moves forward, we see Zhengyangmen East Railway Station, constructed in 1903 by British engineers. It became one of the earliest railway stations in China, and a classic example of early railway architecture. Ahead lies Tiananmen Square, originally named Tiananmen. The gate was first built in 1417, reconstructed during the Qing dynasty under Emperor Shunzi. It became known as Tiananmen, the Gate of Heavenly Peace. Here we see the ancient city walls of Beijing. They trace their origins to the Yuan dynasty, were rebuilt in the Ming dynasty, and remained in use through the Qing era and into the early 20th century. After more than 7 centuries, the walls have long since vanished from the modern cityscape. Now comes Jingtian Hill, within Jingshan Park in Zikan district, once an imperial garden through the Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties. It stretches gracefully from east to west, with 5 distinct peaks, all completed in 1750 during the reign of Emperor Qianlong. Finally, we arrive at the Zhonghua Gate of Genyang. This was the southern gate of the Forbidden City's imperial city. It was modeled after the Hongwu Gate in Nanjing, known as the Great Ming Gate in the Ming dynasty, the Great Qing Gate in the Qing dynasty, and renamed Zhonghua Gate during the Republic era. Compared with static words and old photographs, these rare moving images feel priceless, like traveling through time. They allow us to once again see the world of that bygone age.